Oh, you're still here. Obviously you didn't get my I don't care memo. All right, I'm done. I don't care. Hello everybody, it's Terrence Popp for Donkless.com. And today we have another episode. I want to call it Divorce Bank. Hope you learned something. I'm going to be using numbers to break down why you should not get married. Because in the long run, it saves you a lot of money. And I know you're all like, Papa, I loved her. Buy some dark chocolate, and it creates the same chemicals as love, and you get off a lot cheaper. Pounds of M&Ms. Guess what? Dyslexia? It's probably not spelled right, but hey, kiss my ass. Anyway, let us begin. You can duck my thing. Google my numbers. Stop Googling porn and Google my numbers. I'm not going to tell you they're going to be exact, but they're always in the ballpark. First marriages, 50%, half, fail. Second marriages, 62 to 64%. Third marriages, 70 to 74% fail. Now those numbers will be off by plus or minus 3%, depending on what study you look at, but I've looked at many studies. In each and every instance, they're always entitled to AYS, or 1/2 of all your shit. Every time. If AYS is too hard to remember, just remember Fonzie. A. If you have a high school degree, in your entire life, your average earnings are about $1.2 million. I know you're like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. No, it's not. When you're 80 years old, you have to span it over that entire time. No, it's not. Okay, in a divorce, the main punch-out years are 7, 13, 21, and 24. Now, I've graphed this out on a number line, and I've averaged them around those years. I don't know why that is, but it is 7, 13, 21, 24. For you people who play lotto, those are good numbers. Have at it, you might win, maybe. 2/3 or 60 to 64% of women file for divorce. Look it up. And if there's no prenuptial agreement in place, they're entitled, because they're married to you, to 1/2 of AYS, Alpha Yankee Sierra. Now, even if you get divorced, you have children, you could Google this too. 75 to 85% of the time, depending upon where you are in the country and the state, the children always go with the woman. I mean, she could be a crack whore, stripper, flat out whore, and she'll still get the kids. All you out there that think you're going to get a fair deal in divorce court, think again, because guess what? I've known guys, I've heard stories, guys fighting tooth and nail to get more time with their children, and then some douchebag comes along and kills their kids. Happened in Macomb County. All right, now I want you to go and I want you to Google Rule of 7 for investing. And basically, I'm going to boil it down for you. If you invest money in the market, it is not that unreasonable for you to expect your principal to double every 7 years. The average wedding cost, roughly $28,000. Some say it's $25,000, and the average divorce, bingo, $15,000. Please check my numbers on this. It's all about the math. The math doesn't lie. How to use Divorce Bank, or how to avoid nuptial robbing. All right, so if you're entitled to $1.2 million with a high school education for your lifetime earnings, and those earnings happen between 18 and 55 for the most part, a little bit after 55 if you continue your air addiction that long. After the first divorce, $600,000, because they get half. You're stupid, you fall in love again, you get married with, a second time, guess what? This number now goes to $300,000. Now you're a glutton for punishment. 3 times is the charm, or 3 strikes and you're out. Just hit her in the face with your balls and walk. Guess what? After the third one fails, which you have, basically a 74% chance of failure, because you're a betting man, you're now worth $150,000. Wow. Nuptial robbing, people. That's what it's called. Nuptial robbing. Math doesn't lie, but algebra, she's a cheating bitch. Say you have 10 houses and you decide to get married. Guess what? She has an owner interest in all of those houses, even though she didn't put $1 in or swing one hammer or drive one nail. That's a side point. All right, you got me. You got me. Hang on, I need a beer. Okay. All right, anyway.
Pop, man, how do I get around this? How does this work? How do I beat the system?
There's 3 strategies to this. Don't play. Don't get married. Booyah! If you go by the recent census data, most people aren't, and a lot of children are being born out of wedlock because they're using strategy number 3. But here's strategy number 2. Get a prenup. Say what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, what I earn is mine, what you earn is yours, and come up with a pre-agreement on what you're going to do with your children, because guess what? That will actually give you some weight in court, and maybe, just maybe, you might wind up with a better arrangement. Number 3, string along. String them along. Don't get married. Have them dump a couple kids. Say, hey, we'll get married later. You know, play it off. Now, some guys will be like, hey, you know, that's not cool. It's dishonorable. You know, when you're dealing with these kind of numbers, we're beyond that now. Hey, look, man, I lived out of my car. All right. Honor's got nothing to do with it. They can take half your stuff and dump you every 7, 13, 21, and 24. String them along. That way you don't owe them shit. All you gotta do is hold out for about 14 years. Average wedding, $28,000. Average divorce, $15,000. That's a boat, sports car, 2 hot rods, horse, or 3 years of whores. Whores are, wait, horses? Yes, yeah, that's what I meant. Add those 2 numbers together, go by the rule of 7. At 7 years, that $43,000 is worth $86,000. At 14 years, $172,000. Now, if you go back to the punch-out criteria, 7, 13, 21, 24, if you haven't married them, I mean, they're probably going to get sick of you and kick you to the curb anyway, because most divorces happen by 13, 14 years anyway. But guess what? You're ahead of the power curve. You beat the system. This is how it works. By 14 years, you're going to have probably 2 kids. One will be 12, one will be 10. The average child support awarding, $1,200. $1,200 times 24 months, 2 years, because the youngest has to be 12 to get out of daycare. $28,800. All right, so then you pay child support until they're both 18. You know, with all the fighting and bickering, average it out, you're probably looking at $1,000 a month. Times 6 years, $72,000. Now, let's just bottom line this for you, because a lot of guys are like, hey, you know what? This is, what's the bottom line, Pop? Hang on, I need a beer. I drink a lot of this beer. Oh, Sam Adams, if you want to dump $100,000 in my mailbox, I won't say no. $172,000 minus $28,800 minus $72,000. Now, that money's still invested. You're going to get income on that, which is roughly right around $35,000. All those numbers equate to $107,000 profit for you. And you don't have to share half your crap. See you later. And you have $107,000 left over to put your kids through college or buy a retirement home. All right, everybody. That, in essence, is Divorce Bank. Use it to your advantage. It's just that simple. Everybody remember, hit the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna string you along and steal half of your shit. Holy shit, that is funny. Yeah! Tell her the ring's on layaway. You know how much I spent on my wedding rings? I spent like $8,300 on the engagement ring and the wedding ring. I mean, the platinum cut, the platinum rings, the square cuts. I mean, it was absolutely insane. What a waste, a monumental waste of money. And you know where they wound up? Probably in a pawn shop. Dude, this is funny. I love this shit.